Well, over a dominant chord, for instance, if you're soloing over a C7, let's take it one step farther. Let's say you have a blues in C, basically with the chords C13 flat 9. I'm using the diminished extensions. That's the 1 chord. The 4 chord is going to be F13 flat 9 or F7. You can just boil it down to F7, and the 5 chord is going to be G7. Okay, so 1, 4, 5. Now, those are the 3 areas of diminished harmony using these major triads, and I'll explain what I'm talking about. For the C7 chord, we're going to use the C triad, and then go up a minor third, up a minor third. So those 4: C, E flat, F sharp or G flat, and then A. So those are going to be your 4. Now, when you get to the F7 on the blues in C, you're going to be using the F major triad. Not very exciting, to be honest. I mean, you get this sound like, and you're just using F major, big deal. But then when you go down a minor third or up a minor third, you get more interesting sounds. So, and then when you get to the G7, we're going to use the G area, then the E, the D flat, and the B flat. So what this class is about is patterns for all of these, and there's some closed position patterns such as what I'm playing here, and there's some open, sort of more open chords. A version of an open chord might be such as like C7. I might use a C and then use an E flat this way, like that kind of sound. The closed positions are going to be more like okay, and then example number 2, we've got a first inversion C going to a second inversion E flat, and we're going to use kind of a note in common between the two, which is going to be the note G, because we're only going to hit the G once. So that example is in 5/8, so it gives you that asymmetrical grouping that's pretty desirable. So it's that kind of sound. You can start it up on the E flat here on the 11th fret too if you want. You do that same pattern. A lot of finger rolling happening here. You don't really have to do that. You devise a different fingering, actually. So another fingering might be to start with the 3rd finger and do something like 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it up a minor third. Number 7, some more chordal kind of stuff. This is an A major second inversion, and then we're going to go to a C major first inversion. But in sort of a clever way, instead of doing something like this, well, what I'm just going to do is hold my common tone. I notice that I have an E. This is a very good thing to get used to doing from a dexterity standpoint. It's going to give your playing a legato sound, less heavy-handed sound, a lighter, kind of airier sound if you practice these kind of things. Like, so we got. Similarly, you can reverse it. Here we have an F sharp major going to a major. This one's kind of nice because we have our common tone between the 2 chords as the top note. So we got this. Okay. So let's see. F sharp major to A major, E flat major to F sharp major, C major to E flat major. Fingering right hand I'm going PMI, PMI, hammer on, and then just IM. Here's an A flat triad to D, so it's got that tritone sub feel. Got an E flat triad, just like your Freddie Green shape, like this. And we're going to just kind of, this is almost like taking the chord scale going up like this. Because if you look at the top note, it's the diminished scale. It's going. If you want to get into that more, the diminished scale and improvisation class has a whole lot of things, fingerings of the diminished scale and whatnot. There's other good resources out there for that. This one. If you were going to extend it. My right hand fingering is here a combination of P, I, and A. This is how I'm doing it. Number 12 is a chordal variation of example 11. So we're going to have this. We're going to sustain. We're going to sustain the bottom note in this case. All right. Extend them too, right? You know. This one feels nice on the fingers. This particular tune is based off of 4 triads: the G flat triad or F sharp, the E flat triad, and there's second inversion triads to begin with. So this is basically like your D shape, but up in 6th position, and then you've got your E flat, your C, your A, and your G flat. You put it together, and the exercise, and I'll point it out when we get to it, but it's basically just voice leading these chords. The particular tune uses 2 separate examples that I have in here. First one is this. Okay. And then the next example sounds like this. Again, it's using 4 triads. octaves, there can be chords, there can be single notes, all sort of fused together.